Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 32 of the Own the Moment podcast. My name is TJ Laessig. I'm one of the co-founders here at OTM, and I'm back for another edition of the weekly recap pod where I'll be giving a quick 20 to 30 recap of this week in NBA Top Shot. I'm also going to be talking about the Zed Run TERA drop that is happening later this afternoon, something that I'm going to be personally dabbling in a bit and I know is a hot topic within the NFT industry. First off, if you've been enjoying the show, if you could go ahead, hit the like button on the YouTube video, leave us a review in the Apple Store. Again, if you've enjoyed the show so far, very much appreciated. All right, so we're going to jump right into it today. For those of you on YouTube, you can see our weekly schedule. Hopefully, you're all aware of it by now. This week, we had Mike Zakarian on Monday for the weekly tip-off show. Had a great conversation there. And, man, it's been a busy week in Top Shot. So it's, first and foremost, we've seen the market on the rise a bit here. Account valuations are trending in the right direction for what feels like the first time in a while. So exciting stuff on that front. Late last week, we had the introduction of trading tickets for how you'll be now able to trade in moments. In order to receive these trade tickets will then be leveraged for the S1 distribution. So for the Series 1 moments that are out there that have been held by the Top Shot team, had been a little bit unclear up until last week what they were going to do with these. What will now happen is that an undisclosed amount so far, number of tickets, you'll be able to trade those in to then get the chance to join a queue, which will give out some special packs that contain these Series 1 moments. So we'll continue to wait for more details on those, but keep in mind, we've gotten kind of a 12 to 18 month timeline on those. So while, yes, it makes sense to own some of those cheaper floor moments, we saw the floor pretty much raise across the board in Top Shot pricing, but we're not expecting anything too immediate there, but I think long-term it's going to be something that is healthy for the ecosystem and just keeps that floor up, as the cheapest moments on the site now no longer are just the cheap moment, but they also have the utility value of being a trade ticket. We also had the Hustle and Show pack drop earlier this week, so hopefully everyone was able to get in there and may or may not have gotten a pack. I personally was able to get one, open my pack on stream, and it was actually a pretty legit pack, so I was happy with that. It was a great way to kick off my week on Monday. And then we had 2 pre-registration packs, so I think that this was a great sign towards what we've always heard, that the Dapper team is wanting packs to be readily available, and it seems like this pre-registration is going to be their way of doing that. They also acted quite quickly. Last week, they said that their goal is to have a pre-registration pack each week, and we had 2 of them this week. So hopefully you guys all signed up for those, and we'll be able to rip open those packs. Another thing that we were breaking here at Own the Moment is with regards to the Finals Showcase tournament. So while this is not officially confirmed, we feel pretty confident that it's going to be coming. So the Dapper team in their office hours mentioned the concept of Easter eggs that the developers have hidden across their website. Through the Discord community, we were able to get a tip as to something that was found in the NBATopshot.com/tournaments page. And then in the source code of that page, you can actually see the details on the Finals Showcase tournament. I'm not going to dive too much into that. We discussed it on our Wednesday night show, and then we also did an emergency podcast late Tuesday evening where Justin and I gave our kind of rapid reactions to this news. We also tweeted out our early projections in terms of, how we feel that we could make some early moves on this. Also in the Discord, Justin has called out some of the key risks. We understand that this is not going to be relevant for another 2 months. We understand that between now and then, more of these moments could be released, but at the same time, we feel that there's an edge to be had here by getting ahead early. And right now, pretty much exclusively seems like chatter around the Final Showcase tournament is happening within the OTM community. So I think everyone listening to this podcast, if you're bullish on the idea and the possibility of that the same way we are, I would go ahead and make some moves accordingly. And like we've said, worst case scenario, I've got some James Hardens and some Kyrie Irvings in my portfolio, two fantastic basketball players, two fantastic players that have a great shot at competing for an NBA title this year, and people that I am happy to have in my collection regardless. And then we also had news of the legendary LeBron auction that is coming from the Heritage team. So it is currently in flight. It began yesterday, May 6th. We'll be running through May 20th. So 3 awesome LeBron moments up for sale there, including a Cosmic, which there are none on the actual marketplace for now. So, we talked a little bit on the show Wednesday about our price projections or where we think that this is going to be coming in at. Justin was more in the kind of 600K range. I was thinking that it could get up to $1 million or potentially $1 million plus. So that'll be something that we'll be monitoring over the coming days. And, really cool concept to be able to bid on that combination of moments. We have the serial number 26 from the top, which is the Kobe tribute dunk. We have the number 42 for the finals legendary. And then we have the serial number 41, which is the Cosmic, the Top Shot debut for LeBron. So awesome moments there. And then we had a busy week in the NFT world beyond just Top Shot. So we had the apes that released early on in the week. So anyone that was on Twitter saw a ton of different people changing their profile pictures to the Bored Apes. Thought that those were pretty cool. I did not purchase one myself, but I'm a little jealous that I didn't get one, I'll be honest. And then we had the Meebits. We had the Gary V NFT release, and then we have the Zed Run TERA drop that is going to be happening later this afternoon, which I'm going to dive into a bit more. I also do want to call out that on the OTM NFT website, we have added a new feature for exports. So I'll go ahead and just pull that over here for anyone watching on YouTube. But we now have this export functionality. So on any of our pages, you could do a quick export and get all of the data that we have into a nice, clean Excel sheet. For those of you out there that want to be able to do your own work, here we go, come through here. I had this filtered on Jokic. So whatever you're filtered on is what you will get in the Excel sheet, and can do that for the challenges, can do that for, again, pretty much any of the pages that we have on OTM. So I think that helps provide a little bit of extra value, hopefully, for some of you that are looking to do some deeper analysis and, maybe do your own Herzig bot impression and build your own spreadsheets and all of that fun stuff. So trying to make all of this data as available to you guys as possible. Always been our goal here at Own the Moment. All right, so I think I'm just going to jump right in here to my top 3 takeaways of the week. So a segment that I like to do each and every Friday. What are the things that are on my mind? What are my top takeaways? And number 1 for me is that the Dapper team has always said that they want to move towards a vision of packs being available at any given time. And I really feel like we are moving more and more in that direction with these pre-registration packs. So we had a pre-registration pack last week. We had 2 that you were able to register for this week, one of which you can get over the next 3 days. I think before Saturday evening, you will be able to claim that pack. Then another one, we have pretty much a full week in order to go in and buy that. And I think that this is a great thing for the Top Shot economy, for the market. And it's a great experience for new users, right? I think one of the things that was maybe frustrating early on was customers that were coming into Top Shot for the first time and then trying to wait in line for packs and were unable to get one. Now that barrier is no longer there. You can simply join Top Shot. You can spend your $9 on a pre-registration pack, and you get that fun experience of opening a pack, which is kind of the heart and soul of Top Shot. And for me, one of the most fun things. Again, even if you like, I understand that the pre-registration packs are not, the slam dunk $50, $100 EV like they once were. But I think that's a good thing. I think that's something that was much needed for a while. And I think continuing to release these into the market is going to move more and more towards an equilibrium state where the packs and the expected value of the packs trends more and more towards that $9 price. And then, hey, when you have the opportunity to pull a rookie, to pull a LeBron, that's when the real expected value comes into play. So really like seeing that from the Dapper team, and something that I think is going to continue to happen over the coming weeks. Number two is similar, is the continued innovation from the Dapper team. Again, I know that this final showcase tournament is not officially confirmed. We feel pretty strongly at OTM that it's going to happen in some way, shape, or form. And to me, that is just another proof point of the innovation that we are seeing from the Dapper Labs team. I think that we're going to continue to see new creative ideas that they can bring to the table, where we have different ways for the moments to be used from a utility perspective. We've obviously got the hard court game on the horizon. Really excited to see the different things that they're going to be able to do with that game. But just overall, I really love what we are seeing in terms of these new creative, innovative ideas. And a lot of the early weeks and months of Top Shot, right, the Dapper team had to focus on getting the site into a technically stable space, and we are beyond that point. And now we're seeing really the creative juices flow from within the team. And I think that it's just going to continue to get more and more. And there's going to be a ton of awesome ways that we can leverage our moments beyond simply the collector's aspect, which of course is the heart and soul of it. But I love adding the additional utility beyond just collecting the moments. And then number three was what I just mentioned about the buzz in the what I would call the quote unquote other NFT world. I know that here at On the Moment, thus far, we've been very hyper focused on NBA Top Shot because that is where the interest has been. That is where the most users are. That is what the people have wanted to hear about. But if you listen to our Wednesday night show, we actually spent the last 10, 15 minutes kind of impromptu talking about what else was going on. We talked about the apes. We talked about the Meebips. We talked about Gary Vee. I'm about to talk about the Zed Run Drop in just a moment. But I think this is something that we'll probably start to touch on a little bit more here at On the Moment, if that's something that is of interest for the people. And, you know, we're not going to try to be experts in area or pretend to be experts in areas where we're not. But at the same time, I think that it's something that we could help everyone out with of, hey, just being aware of the different drops that are going on. How can you get yourself involved? What are the things that you need to get yourself set up? So if that's something that the people are interested in, definitely drop a comment in the YouTube video. Let us know if you want to hear more about that. Let us know if you're not super interested in that. Again, our goal is to provide all the information for NFT collectors. And if there's interest beyond Top Shot, we certainly would love to expand that scope a bit and just at least give people the information of what's going on around the industry. And that brings me to the big news of today, which is the Zed Run Drop. And so it's been, I spent the last day, really trying to figure out this drop so that I could present to the people in what I think is a clean way of what needs to be done here. And I'll share what my summary is. Okay. So we have the Zed Run TERA drop happening today. There's an undisclosed number of digital horses that are going to be dropped. Sounds like there's going to be a lot of them, like thousands of horses are going to be dropped. And how this is going to work is that they're going to be released in 2 drop sets, and there will be 6 drops within each of those sets. So 12 drops total. And this is going to start, set number 1 is going to start at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And what is going to happen is that every 15 minutes, there will be a new drop. And when we look at the how section below directly from the Zed team, what's going to happen is that, and we'll get into what you need to do to sign up. But for everyone that is signed up, you will receive an email. In that email, you will have a link. When you click on that link, you will then get taken to the Zed marketplace where you will see the ability to purchase the horses. So it's different than Top Shot in that you just get put on the marketplace. All of the horses will be available. You then make the decision on which horse you want to buy, go through and try to make that purchase with your racked ETH. So that's the WETH or WETH that you see below. That is what will be needed to purchase. And I'm going to get into more details on exactly how that works after the fact. So yeah, every 15 minutes, these drops will be happening. I think they're spacing them out to try and ensure that as many collectors as possible, as many Zed Run competitors as possible are able to lock down these horses. I know that in the last drop, there was craziness, a lot of failed transaction type of situations. And I know that one of the poor experiences from the previous drop was that if you attempted to purchase a horse but failed, you still had to pay the Ethereum gas fees. And so that is why they have moved to the wrapped ETH method this time around, so that if you attempt to purchase a horse, you will not get charged the gas fee. However, and again, we'll talk about it in the next slide, when you transfer your Ethereum to wrapped Ethereum, that is where you will have to pay a gas fee. So just so everyone is aware there. And then the second set of drops is going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Again, same thing. So 9 p.m., 9:15, 9:30, 9:45, 10 o'clock, 10:15. Different drops will be taking place on each of those. And it sounds like there's going to be nothing to it other than we have to be kind of rapidly checking our emails to see when we get our unique link. And then we will be able to click on that link and go and make our purchase. In terms of pricing, how this works is that you have Z1s all the way through Z10s. So Z1 being the most expensive horses, Z10 being the cheapest. So I'm not going to get too much into, my opinion on what a good horse to buy isn't to buy. I'm not the person to ask for that, at least as of now, but do want to shout out to @Remy Racing on Twitter, where I was able to find these pricing projections. So hopefully Remy does not mind me using these on the slide, but I think that this is just helpful, again, just in understanding like what kind of prices am I working with, so that you know what kind of budget you're going in with, and then what kind of horses you're going to be targeting as a result. And then these different horse types, I believe, will be grouped in the drop. So there will be like a drop where the Z1s or the Z1s and the Z2s are released together. There will be a drop with the Z9s, Z10s. So yeah, if you want to get in on the super cheap end, target those Z10s, those Z9s. Me personally, I'm probably going to be looking in that Z6 range, maybe a Z7, and just see what it goes. All I know is I'm looking for a purple horse. Justin and I both want a purple horse because, own the moment branding. You'd love to see that. But yeah, you can see that there's a wide range of different horses here. And then once you are able to make the purchase, then that's when you get into the ability to race the horses, the ability to breed them, the ability to just hold them, and then they can be bought and sold on the secondary marketplace. All right, so great. This sounds awesome. I want myself a digital horse, but how the heck do I go about that? Well, let's see, because I'll tell you what, it's not that easy to figure out, and it's not, frankly, in my opinion, not that clear what needs to be done. And so I tried to, from my perspective, outline the steps as simply as I could. And so I'm going to share it with you. So number one, you need to sign up on Zed.Run. Okay, so this is the website for Zed Run. And you want to sign up using your MetaMask. And then you want to link your email address after signing up via MetaMask, right? So you'll see the ability to get started with your email address, but that is not the sign up method that you want to go by. You want to go MetaMask first, and then you want to link your email address after the fact. Number two, you want to make sure that your MetaMask wallet is loaded with however much Ethereum you want to put into play here in order to buy your horses, right? So if you don't have a MetaMask wallet, you need to make sure that you go ahead and get a MetaMask wallet. You will then need to transfer Ethereum from, say, your Coinbase account, right? You can take it from that wallet, ship it to your MetaMask wallet, and then that brings us to step 3, which is within the Zed Run wallet, you will want to transfer your ETH to your wrapped ETH, okay? And that can happen via this deposit to wrapped ETH balance, which there's a screenshot of on the right there. Again, this is where a gas fee will apply. So me personally, I transferred half of an Ethereum, and the gas fee was like $24 on that half of an ETH. So that's just kind of the price that you have to pay. And then if you eventually in the future want to transfer the wrapped ETH back to ETH, there will also be a gas fee on that transaction. But the benefit here is that as we're going through trying to purchase these horses, we will not pay gas fees if we do not successfully make a purchase. So once we do that, we will have a wrapped ETH balance, and that balance. So in the top right of your Zed account, you'll see an ETH balance and you'll see a wrapped ETH balance. The ETH balance is basically what you have in your MetaMask wallet, or at least the wallet that you've connected to your Zed Run. And then the wrapped ETH balance is what you will actually be able to use to purchase horses on the marketplace. So you want to make sure before you go into the drop that you have whatever amount of Ethereum that you're willing to put into play for these horses in that balance. If that balance says 0, you will not be able to make a purchase. And want to reiterate, you need to make that transfer within the Zed Run, right? So you can't, in MetaMask, you don't want to go Ethereum to wrapped ETH in MetaMask. You need to do that in the Zed wallet itself. That's important. That's the only way you're going to get this wrapped ETH balance into your Zed account. Okay, so once you have that, now you're set up. Now it goes to the email aspect that I talked about earlier. You're going to wait around. You don't know exactly when, but you will get an email that will give you a link. You will click on that link, and that's when you can go to the marketplace. You can find your horse that you're looking for and try to make that purchase. And hopefully everyone's able to successfully get themselves a horse. After the drop ends, there will no longer be horses available on the Zed.Run website, but horses are then bought and sold on the secondary marketplace. So matic.opensea.io. This is where you can also spend your wrapped Ethereum if you want to buy a horse off the secondary marketplace, or if you want to take the horse that you got in a drop and sell it on the secondary marketplace. That is where that will happen. I do want to shout out to our friends in the Mission Control Center, specifically Jay Miner, Alex NYC. Really helped me out in terms of making sure I understand this process, and always my go-to folks in terms of understanding what's going on here. Also, we've got Evan Tan, another key member of the MCC. So wanted to make sure to give that credit to you folks for helping me understand this process. And I think that's it when it comes to the Zed Run. So 3 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to want to be checking those emails, make sure that we get this up and running, and hopefully this helps everyone understand a bit more of how we can go ahead and get ourselves a horsey. Let's see. I am going to do an update here on the weekly pick'em. So, Underdog weekly pick'em. Every single week, myself, Justin, producer Coop, and our guests pick one Series 1 base moment that we think will experience the largest gain over the course of the week. So you can see our picks here. I selected PJ Washington, Justin selected John Collins, producer Coop selected Tobias Harris, and Mike Zakarian, our guest of the week, selected an OTM favorite, Nikola Jokic. Right now, everyone's relatively flat. Justin is up slightly. So my PJ Washington has gone down from 164 to 149. Not great. Justin's John Collins has gone from 109 up to 115. So a little bit of profit there. Producer Coops has actually remained flat. Tobias Harris at $119. And Mike Zakarian's Nikola Jokic has gone from 1375 to 1369. So slight decrease there. Going to be anyone's game come Monday night. Again, we will be using the final 7-day percentage change on the OTMNFT.com website as the official tracker for whoever wins this on Monday. And last, but certainly not least, TJ's tilt of the week. You know what? I didn't have that tilting of a week, to be honest. I think things went pretty smoothly. Things have been awesome in the Top Shot space. I'm mostly just tilted about the other NFT stuff, right? Like, I got a lot of jealousy about these apes. I wish I got an ape, I guess, is what it comes down to. Like, they look super cool. I wish I had an ape as my profile picture, like all the cool kids out in the streets on Twitter. I'm a little bit upset that I didn't get an ape. The me bits too. I think I'm just fully jealous. And that's why, like, I'm not missing out on getting a horse today. Like, I need to get a horse. But the sign-up process is also a little bit tilting. Like, I know I just walked you guys through those 2 slides. Hopefully you found them helpful. Hopefully you found them easy to understand. But, like, it took me a long time to figure out the information I needed to figure out to get to those slides, because it's just not that easy. And that's why Top Shot is awesome, because the onboarding process for Top Shot is just so smooth, right? Like, you can deposit with a credit card. You don't need MetaMask. You don't need wrapped ETH. You don't need to do all of these transfers. It just feels like you're on a regular website. And so that, I think, is what has really separated Top Shot from an onboarding standpoint and why it's become so popular. But I feel good about it now, because, like, I feel like I got it down, and I think I was able to wrap my brain around all of this. But it's a little crazy how difficult some of this stuff is. So that's going to be one of my goals going forward, leveraging the sharp people that we have in the Mission Control Center, understanding more about these different drops that are happening, how I can get involved, where I can get an ape, where I can get a meebit, how I can get a horse. And as we begin to internalize those things within OTM, my goal will then to be how can I, most simply transition that knowledge, transition that understanding to the community so that if you're interested in participating in some of these drops, that you can go ahead and do so. And that is going to do it for this week's recap. A lot of Zed Run talk, so hopefully the people enjoyed that. Again, if you do, let me know in the comments. If you don't, also let me know in the comments so that we can know where to spend our time going forward. And we're going to be back with our standard weekly schedule next week. On Monday, we're going to be doing our NBA weekly tip-off show. We're going to have Mike Levy, so at MBL267_NFT on Twitter, super influential voice in the space, one of the top Shot account owners, member of Club Top Shot. I think everyone probably knows who Mike is. Super, super sharp guy. So really excited to have that conversation. I mean, the brain power on one podcast between the Herzig bot and Mike Levy is just going to be outrageous. And I plan on just soaking in as much knowledge as I can and getting as much information out of those sharp guys as I can. And then we'll be back with our Wednesday show, our Friday show, et cetera, et cetera. Bach is doing his awesome NBA weekly recaps article on every Tuesday. And then on Sunday, we will be doing an update on the NBA rankings refresh. And we're going to have our Ask Me Anything in the Discord, which I believe it's Justin's turn, but I don't think I've told him that yet. So, Justin, when you hear this podcast, this may be the first time you are hearing that you're going to be doing the AMA on Sunday. Okay, everyone. Thank you very much for your time. As always, hopefully you all are out there in the Zed streets getting that digital horse, and I will see you all on the racetrack. So, for Justin, for producer Coop, I am TJ Laessig, and I will see you guys next time.